Kush's movie review.
This week on Kush's movie review is Bonhoeffer, which, when translated into French, means good. Hoffer. I don't know what Hoffer is, um, but it's good. Although looking at the poster, which is my only research for this movie, doesn't look French. I'll say that much. It
It's
looks
not.
like there's a sketchy dude in the background with a very telltale kind of mustache.
It's the worst
Um,
Charlie Chaplin impersonator ever.
But apparently he loved animals and was a good painter. That's a word in the
That's
street.
debatable, actually.
Yeah. So yeah, Bonhoeffer Kush. What's this movie about? And is it any good?
Well, we are talking about Bonhoeffer, colon, pastor, spy, assassin. It's a
Ooh,
very
sexy.
sexy title, and it's actually very misleading. We'll get into that a little bit
No.
later. PG-13, 2 hours and 13 pretty dry minutes, honestly. Like, I feel like we could have cut a couple speeches about Jesus out, but a lot of it is very good. This is about a man named Dietrich Bonhoeffer. He's grew up a young German boy. But before we get into that, written and directed by Mr. Todd Komarnicki, and stars Jonas Dassler in the titular role of Bonhoeffer, and David Jonsson. We spoke about him a few months ago. He was the android in the new Alien Romulus, and whether you loved it or you hated it, everyone was unanimous. He was the best part of that movie. And then one other, Clarke Peters. He's been in all sorts of shit that you've seen or haven't seen. So Bonhoeffer, he's grew up in a little German town, little German, just nice, healthy family. Got sisters, got a brother. They're real tight. Dad seems to keep to himself. Mom's doing mom stuff and encouraging the little boy. And one year, big brother gets shipped off to, I guess it's World War I, and does not come back. Sad, 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 sad. This leaves, for whatever reason, Mr. Bonhoeffer decides to join the sermon and starts taking lessons at the clergy, or what? I'm sorry, I forget what it's called, but he went to priest college. I don't have a better word for it. Very sorry to all those out there, not trying to make fun of nothing. Um, and he learns and he studies theology and this and that and the other, and he's ends up coming up with some radical ideas. And while he's quoting Jesus, he's quoting like the things that people hated Jesus talking about, which is like, yeah, a church isn't for the people who go to church, it's for the people who don't go to church. And God damn, Jesus even makes an impassioned speech one time that Bonhoeffer uses in one of his sermons, where he's just like, I hate every single one of y'all. Y'all are serpents. You're the bane of existence. You're a pain in my ass. Like, I'm paraphrasing, obviously, but like Jesus, like, shakes his fucking fingers at the crowd. This is all just in the sermon. Like, we don't get any flashbacks of the Jesus, but we talk a lot about him. Anyways, we are on the precipice of World War II. Hitler has taken power and has successfully invaded within Germany. Uh, Jews are now starting to be rounded up, and some fun parallels, well, not fun, but interesting parallels that conversations we're having today about one world leader who kind of charismatic, and those that like him love him, and those that don't really hate him, but people can't stop talking about this fool. And there are comments like, well, we'll just vote him out of office in the next election. And that doesn't go too well in the universe of Bonhoeffer. He ends up going to New York, hangs out with Mr. David Jonsson here, and they just they go to a nightclub one night, and he discovers jazz for the first time. He's like, I've been studying the piano my entire life, but it feels like this is the first time I am hearing music. Like, he even comes like a little jazz
Aw.
musician. It's it's all right. That's all right. They have a good time. He hangs out with the Baptists. He's learning some new stuff, and he's just trying to weave it all together with his ideology, and like, does this make sense? Does that make sense? Blah 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 blah. Like, anyway, World War II is upon us, and then we like, it's about an hour into this. I'm like, when do we get to the spy shit? Uh-huh. Pastor for sure. Spy, not seen it yet. Assassin, I'm wondering where this is going. Um, when it comes to the spy stuff, yeah, maybe the James Bond and the Mission Impossible movies have tarnished what real spies do. Like he sneaks in and out of Germany a few times with a fake passport. We never see any of the tension in that. I think we could have had some great scenes where he's at customs and they're like, hmm, yeah, just put some music in there. Like it's I think we could have had some interesting tension with that, but no, wanders in and out of Germany freely. Like, you can't come back to Germany, they're gonna kill you. The next thing is like, hey, great to be back in Germany. Let me have a beer. At some point, he makes his speech and starts talking mad shit about the Nazis and the SS and Hitler, and that word gets around, and so they're like, "Yeah, you got to leave Germany, man. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to be our spy." I feel like they actually shoehorned that line in to come up with the spy stuff. I want you to go to England, and I want you to walk around, do this, do that, just learn what they're talking about. He hangs out just with a group of priests, makes a declaration that Nazis are shitheads, and I guess that was his spy thing. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess. Um, then we get to the assassination part, and sure enough, bunch of priests in a room. Like, we got to get our hands dirty on this one, guys. Like, we're running out of ideas, and we're running out of people. All the kids in the congregation have been turned into Nazi youth sympathizers. Point, we're going to have to kill Hitler. And if you've ever opened up a history book, you know they do not succeed. Sorry, that's not a spoiler alert. Um, However, when we get to Hitler's attempted assassination, it's kind of funny. I mean, I had an internal chuckle. They put a suicide vest on one of the guys, put
Oh,
him in an SS uniform, and the idea is, hey, as soon as you see that caravan coming, hit the button. You're gonna have 10 minutes till that thing blows up, and you cannot turn it off. So Hitler comes in, does a little inspection, talks with the guy in the suicide vest. He obviously has no idea he's in a suicide vest. And he's like, "Yeah, Mein Führer, look, we have all these jewels and all these treasures from all these countries that you have single-handedly taken down upon with only the strength of your reserve." And he's like, "Cool, smell you later. I'm out." And the guy's like, "Oh no, the vest." And like, I will not tell you how that ends, but it's anticlimactic. Um, I think this is an interesting story. I I know it's pretty independent. It was distributed by Angel Studios, which, as you may or may not guess, does a lot of faith-based movies. Um, the movie is about a priest. So yeah, we're gonna get a lot of talk about God and Jesus and throw around some theological theories, and just what about this and what about that? And what do you think he really is looking in on us? Like, um, but I am also tired of people like there's an interesting story in this. Could it be a little shorter for what it was? Absolutely, it could have been a little shorter. Um, but I have a problem with people just dismissing faith-based movies, even though I wouldn't necessarily call this one. This was definitely like a, I don't know, maybe it's not even an espionage movie. I'm not sure what this movie was trying to be, other than a biopic. It's a biography about a real man. Um, but it's strange. Unless someone is saying Jesus Christ as a curse word, people are afraid they're going to be converted as soon as they leave the theater from one of these things. Like, just it's an interesting story. Just don't look deeper into it. Having said that, there's this new trend happening, and Angel Studios is doing this thing where they call it pay it forward. So as the credits are rolling, that little QR box pops up in the corner. It's like, hey, if you like this movie, pay it forward and buy a ticket for someone else. And by the
oh,
way, this is not a donation. And I was just like, that one, you're absolutely donating a ticket, but two, who's getting this ticket? Like, by the way, I saw the last screening today, so I don't know who's getting this pay it forward ticket.
oh,
Um,
is it not like a like put your friend's email and so you're buying at least you're buying a
I you
friend
know what?
ticket?
I didn't bother to scan the code. I don't even want to be
Because
on
yeah, if it's
that.
just going some random like what the fuck?
Yeah. There was a movie that came out last year called Sound of Freedom. I believe it was from Angel Studios, but it was about uh um
The drummer,
Jim
fifth drummer.
Caviezel. Did you see it?
I didn't see it, but I know of the movie.
Okay, okay. Well, they started the whole Pay It Forward program. So like if you looked on your Regal Unlimited app and you were trying to get a ticket for Sound of Freedom, you'd see like almost every seat is sold out. But then if you actually just went there and peeked your head in, you just see like four dudes hanging out going, wow, this is a great movie. Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm not still sure what to make of that. There was nobody in our theater, and the seating chart was not blocked off either. So, anyways,
Sounds like a scam.
it's something. I don't know if it's a scam, but I'm also I'm not. If I want you to see a ticket, Mike, I will just buy you a goddamn ticket.
Yeah.
And I'll go like, hey, dude, what are you doing on Saturday at 7 o'clock? Now you're gonna go see Bonhoeffer, pastor, spy, assassin.
So yeah, it's got to do it in person. Otherwise, it's like, oh hey, yeah, I bought you a ticket to go see this movie on Saturday. Oh, we're going to see the movie together? No, 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 no. I just bought it for you. You go on your
Hmm.
own. I'm
Yeah,
busy. Oh, okay, that's weird. I
I
don't
don't
want to go.
necessarily understand it. I think the gentleman Todd Todd did a good job directing
Good job,
with
Todd.
the resources he had. He actually has some really cool. There's a fun scene where he's in the jazz bar. He's people love him at the jazz bar. He's just playing with the band and he's just rocking on the ivories. And that camera circles him like 7 or 8 times. You don't get dizzy from it. I like the scene. I like the scene. It's interesting how much money they spent on Nazi propaganda and costumes. Like, there's a lot of Nazi shit in this, and why wouldn't it be? It's Nazi Germany, but the same, it's like, wow. I think Indiana Jones would be jealous of how much Nazi shit is in here, dude. Wow. So it's it's okay. It has a lot of potential to have been better, to be good, maybe even great. Sadly, I can't give it better than a 3. For a long time, I was like, yeah, I'm digging this. This is a 4, and once I left, I was like, no, this is a 3. I don't know. Yes, there was an assassination attempt on Hitler, but it failed. So I don't know if we can necessarily call him an assassin. Like, he kills nobody in this movie, which that isn't a bad thing, but I'm just like, the title's a little misleading to me.
He's not a very good assassin, if anything.
Well, he wasn't even there. He was in fucking Washington, D.C. at this point. He had to like he had to call Germany. He's like, so how'd it go? He's like, not good. And like, ah. So, anyways, Bonhoeffer, pastor, spy, assassin. 3
Lover.
out of 5.
Congratulations. And also, just shout out because I was doing a little research. So, Jonas Dassler, who plays Dietrich Bonheimer
Hmm.
in this movie,
Hmm.
one, I wonder if long distance he is related to Adi Dassler,
I don't
founder
know who
of
that is.
Adidas. I wonder. I'm sure it's somewhere along the lines. But also, if you do look up Jonas Dassler, not a bad looking guy. Looks
Hmm.
like a looks like a model, if you ask me.
Yeah, probably is
And
too.
beyond the grave, I'm sure Dietrich Bonheimer is looking down at this with a smile. Because if you Google Dietrich Bonheimer and look up a picture of what he actually looked like in real life,
Mm-hmm.
not a model. Let's just say that. So they have done him proud.
I will say, not to put down Mr. Jonas, but it looked like he had just had looks like they removed his wisdom teeth every day on set for this thing because that jaw is swollen. He does get cracked in the face a few times with a rifle butt, but that ain't it. Um, yeah, I don't know. And then he's got a resume, but it's a bunch of stuff that you and I have never heard because, well, he's a German actor. Go figure. So, but he's really good in it. Again, David Johnson for how much he's in it, he's fine. He's better in Alien, but he's it is an okay movie. Would I recommend everybody see this? I mean, if you like World War movies about World War II, and you know I don't always, no, there's interesting stuff in this. There's a lot of interesting stuff in this, but I think it could have been better.
Did a movie called The Golden Glove in 2019.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
Hmm.
Never Look Away. Ooh. Or in German, Work ohne Otto.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, none of those.
Like,
But yeah, Bonheimer, slightly loosely based on a true story. 3 out of 5. Check it out if you love your religious spy espionage religious movies.
I don't know. I was grateful I got to see this and not Moana 2, which I'm also hearing is not very good.
Damn.
Don't boo me.
No, I meant to press this button.
Burn!
There we go.
Not trying to burn anyone either. But yeah,
Duck
I did
it,
not want to see
Moana.
Moana. I don't want to see Gladiator 2 still. So I was happy that this was an option.
Did you see some of the reactions to Gladiator 2 where some people had to put articles out about like, oh, why wasn't Russell Crowe's character in this? I was like, did you watch the first one?
They probably didn't. There was
a dead.
Gladiator 2, much like Beetlejuice 2, had a lot of scripts floating around before it finally got the green light. And there was a script for a Gladiator 2 where Zeus brings back Russell Crowe's character with the form of a lightning bolt. And everyone was like, that's stupid.
Especially because didn't Russell Crowe play Zeus in the Marvel Universe?
Yes. Yes, but that's not why that was dumb. Anyways.
It would have been dumb. Russell Crowe playing 2 characters.
The script came out decades before Russell Crowe was even thinking about Marvel Comics anything. So
how do you know what he was thinking about? Are you friends with him? Do you ever speak to him?
Maybe.
Maybe. Anyway, there you go. Bonheimer.
Bonhoeffer.
Who's Bonheimer?
Hmm.
Bonheimer sounds like a better name. Maybe they should think about changing it.
Bonheimer is an assassin and a spy. Wears turtlenecks and tiny sunglasses.
Bonheimer gets way more ladies than Bonhoeffer.
Yes. I have to say, I was surprised there was no love interest in this.
Well, he's a priest.
Why would there be? He's they've done that before. Or they're giving him a sassy female sidekick who's kind of got a crush on the old gentleman. And nope, not a thing.
And he's a whole movie. It's just like, I can't. I've given myself up to God. And then 1 minute he's like, fuck it.
Yeah, not a thing.
Doesn't count if it's anal. Anyway, on that note, Bonhoeffer, 3 out of 5.
That's all, folks.
Pay me off, Johnny.